All right, ready for takeoff. We're going deep on the Wright brothers today.
Sound good.
You shared some fascinating stuff from the early history of the airplane, written by Orville and Wilbur themselves.
Straight from the source.
Yeah, so no better place to start, right? We're going to uncover their journey from the early sparks
All the way to Kitty Hawk.
to those groundbreaking achievements, yeah.
You know, what's amazing about their story is that it really goes beyond just tinkering around in a workshop.
Right,
They were meticulous scientists,
yeah.
challenged conventional wisdom every step of the way.
Yeah, and ultimately reshaped how we thought about, I guess, what's possible in the air.
Exactly.
It all started with a simple toy, though, right? That toy helicopter, they called it a bat,
Oh, yeah.
which, that sparked that childhood fascination with flight.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't, I imagine, all smooth sailing from there, right?
Yeah.
When they tried to, scale up those childhood dreams, things got a little more complicated.
Yeah, their early attempts to build larger versions of the toy helicopter actually failed. So it was a valuable lesson. They
Yeah.
realized that just making something bigger doesn't mean it'll fly.
Right.
This is where their scientific approach really starts to come in.
Right.
They had to move beyond intuition, grapple with the complex relationships, size, power, and lift.
I find it fascinating that this early setback actually kind of became a catalyst for their later success, right? It forced them to dig deeper into the science to understand those principles at play.
Right.
Then in 1896, a tragic event happened that really reignited that passion for flight, the death of Otto Lilienthal,
Oh, yeah.
pioneer,
A true pioneer.
yeah, in aviation.
Absolutely.
So this led them to kind of delve into the work of other visionaries like Octus Chanute, Samuel Langley,
Right.
who represented these two kind of schools of thought on flight.
Yeah, you had the brute force power flight,
Okay.
the Langley Maxim Camp.
Believed that a sufficiently powerful engine could just, get you up in the air.
Overcome gravity,
Yeah.
propel craft into the air.
Right. And then you had this more kind of, elegant, soaring flight
Yeah, the Lilienthal Chanute.
that focused on harnessing wind currents and the principles of aerodynamics.
Exactly, to stay aloft.
It was that second path, the path of soaring, that initially captivated the Wright brothers. I can see the appeal of that approach. It seems almost poetic.
Yeah,
Gliding gracefully
like a bird.
through the air, like a bird, yeah. But as they immersed themselves in the work of these pioneers, the Wright brothers didn't simply accept everything they read.
Oh, no.
They had a healthy skepticism,
Oh, yeah.
a drive to question those assumptions.
And that's really, I think, where their genius shines through.
Okay.
Take, for instance, the prevailing belief in dihedral wings.
Okay.
That V shape you see in many aircraft wings,
Right.
thought to be essential for stability.
Yeah.
But the Wright brothers were convinced. And
Got
through
it.
their own observations, their own experiments, they found that dihedral wings could actually decrease stability,
Really?
especially in gusty winds.
Wow.
So-
So instead of blindly accepting what the book said,
Right.
they went out, tested it for themselves.
They did the work.
So this questioning of the dihedral design, what did that lead to?
Well, it was a pivotal moment.
Okay.
This realization led them to develop one of their most revolutionary innovations, wing warping.
Okay.
So by manipulating the shape of the wings in flight,
Okay.
they could control the aircraft's roll, the turn,
Interesting.
mimicking the way birds adjust their wings to move through the air.
Wow.
They also saw how important a movable rudder was,
Uh-huh.
which allowed for even greater control.
Remarkable. It's like they gave their aircraft a whole new level of agility,
Yeah.
but their commitment to challenging that status quo didn't stop there.
No.
They even found that the accepted scientific data on air pressure and wing design flawed.
Imagine that, We're trying to unlock the secrets of flight.
Yeah.
And the supposedly scientific information
Is unreliable.
is unreliable. Exactly.
What do you do then?
Well, they embarked on a series of meticulously designed experiments,
Oh, okay.
built their own testing apparatus to get accurate data on wing shapes, air pressure.
So I'm curious about these testing machines they built. Clearly not afraid to get their hands dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more about these contraptions, the insights they gained.
Well, they built two separate testing machines, showing their dedication to this rigorous experimentation.
Okay.
These devices allowed them to get precise measurements of lift and drag for different wing designs under all sorts of conditions,
Interesting.
and their findings were groundbreaking.
In what way?
They revealed unexpected results about the center of pressure on curved surfaces,
Okay.
challenging assumptions of the time.
Wow.
So this meticulously gathered data really formed the bedrock of their future success.
So they were building a solid foundation of knowledge through these experiments.
Yeah.
It wasn't just trial and error, it was systematic.
Very systematic.
A pursuit of understanding. But
Yeah.
they weren't just scientists tucked away in a lab.
Right.
These were builders.
Yeah.
Inventors.
At heart.
At heart, yeah. So tell me, how did all this experimentation lead to that first aircraft?
The 1903 Flyer.
The legendary 1903 Flyer.
Well armed with this wealth of knowledge, they finally felt confident enough to design and build a powered aircraft.
Okay.
But even here, their innovation shines.
How so?
Instead of just replicating what others had tried, they went with a design that had two propellers.
Two propellers.
Okay.
Okay, what was the reasoning behind that? It seems like that would add complexity.
It was a brilliant solution to a problem that plagued early aircraft instability,
Okay.
caused by the gyroscopic effect.
Okay.
Imagine a spinning top. It resists changes in orientation. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Early aircraft with single propellers had that same issue, making them difficult to control. The Wright brothers' big idea.
Yeah.
Two propellers spinning in opposite directions, canceling out that gyroscopic force.
Wow, that's fantastic. A great example of their problem-solving skills. Speaks volumes about their understanding of the physics.
Gets away.
But I understand there was another challenge. They couldn't find a suitable engine
That's right.
for the aircraft.
Existing engines were either too heavy, not powerful enough. So they did something amazing. They designed and built their own engine.
Really?
That's where their perseverance and ingenuity shines through.
It's incredible to think about the level of skill, dedication that went into creating that.
Yeah.
And all of this culminated in that historic moment at Kitty Hawk.
December 17th, 1903.
December 17th, 1903. But before we get into that momentous day,
Yeah.
let's just take a moment to reflect on how far they'd come.
Yeah.
From a simple toy helicopter to a fully functional, powered aircraft designed and built with their own two hands.
Amazing.
A testament to their vision, tenacity, that unwavering belief in the power of human ingenuity.
Absolutely incredible. That moment at Kitty Hawk, the first successful powered, controlled, and sustained flight, it truly marked a turning point in history.
For sure.
Orville piloted that first flight.
Yeah.
120 feet in just 12 seconds.
Wow.
They went on to make 4 flights that day.
Really?
The longest covering an astounding 852 feet in 59 seconds.
It must have been an incredible feeling, like a mix of exhilaration, relief,
Oh, yeah.
maybe even a little disbelief.
Absolutely.
But they didn't stop there, did they? They weren't content to just rest on their laurels.
Not at all. The Kitty Hawk flights were just the beginning.
Right.
Driven by a constant desire to improve, refine their designs, push the boundaries further.
So in 1904, they constructed a new aircraft, heavier and more robust than the 1903 Flyer.
Yeah, incorporating all the lessons they had learned.
So from the windswept dunes of Kitty Hawk to a more controlled environment.
That's right. They secured a new testing ground, a large field near Dayton, Ohio, known as Huffman Prairie.
Okay, so this move to Huffman Prairie suggests a shift in their approach, a move towards refining, perfecting their invention. But even with these advancements, they still encountered challenges, right?
Yes. Their journey was far from over. The 1904 Flyer didn't exactly take to the skies flawlessly on the first try.
Okay.
They faced a number of setbacks, mainly due to engine troubles and that shorter runway at Huffman Prairie. Some reporters, they had flocked to witness these flights, even lost interest, assuming it was another failed experiment.
It's interesting how public perception plays a role, even in these groundbreaking endeavors.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how they dealt with that skepticism, that pressure to constantly prove themselves.
They remained completely undeterred.
Really?
Yeah, meticulously analyzing each setback, tirelessly working to address these issues with equilibrium, control,
Especially during turns.
especially during turns, which proved to be far more complex than straight flight.
Right.
It was during this time at Huffman Prairie that they had that infamous encounter with a honey locust tree.
Ah, the honey locust incident.
Yeah.
It's a story that really captures those inherent risks they faced. Imagine
Oh, no.
6 miles into a flight, suddenly realizing your aircraft is tilting dangerously, heading straight for a tree.
Must have been a heart-stopping moment.
Yeah.
They were incredibly fortunate to escape serious injury.
Yeah.
They clipped some branches with a wing, but managed to land safely.
So it highlights not only their piloting skills under pressure, but also their remarkable courage.
In the face of danger.
It's a testament to their determination that they didn't let this incident deter them.
Mhm.
They continued to experiment, to learn from each flight, pushing themselves and their aircraft further.
Absolutely.
By the end of 1905, they achieved something truly remarkable.
What's that?
Sustained flights lasting over 30 minutes.
Wow.
Think about that. Sustained flights of over 30 minutes.
They had cracked the code
Yeah.
of controlled, powered flight.
But their story isn't just about technical brilliance.
No.
It's also about navigating that complex world of intellectual property.
Yeah. And the business of innovation.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1903, they had filed a patent application for their revolutionary flight control system.
Right.
Now, this patent is a crucial part of their story, but I imagine it wasn't a straightforward process.
No, it wasn't.
There were challenges, controversies surrounding their claims, right?
Yeah, you're right. The patent wasn't immediately granted.
Oh.
They faced skepticism, even accusations of fraud from some.
Wow.
The secrecy surrounding those early flights, fueled in part by their desire to secure financial backing before going public, really contributed to this. So it wasn't until 1906 that they were finally awarded the patent.
So years of waiting, uncertainty, battling those doubters and rivals makes you realize that achieving groundbreaking innovation isn't always a smooth ride.
Not at all.
So what exactly did this patent cover? Why was it so significant?
The patent protected their system of wing warping and interconnected rudder controls,
Okay.
the very innovations that allowed for a controlled three-axis flight. So this wasn't just a piece of paper.
Right.
This was recognition of their fundamental contribution to aviation.
Exactly. It laid the groundwork for the future of the industry.
It's fascinating how their work kind of straddled both the scientific and the commercial, inventors, yes. But they also had to become savvy entrepreneurs, protecting their intellectual property, navigating the complexities of the business world.
Absolutely.
All this while continuing to refine their aircraft.
That's right. They never stopped innovating.
So their relentless pursuit of improvement led to the development of the 1908 Wright Flyer.
Yeah.
This was a significant leap forward.
It was.
It could carry a passenger, and it was far more stable, controllable than its predecessors.
For sure. It marked a transition from just experimentation, demonstration, and even commercialization.
So they were moving beyond just proving that flight was possible, but showcasing those potential applications. So who are they trying to reach with these demonstrations? Did they start seeking out potential buyers for their aircraft?
Absolutely. They began showcasing their flyer to potential buyers, including the U.S. Army. They embarked on demonstration flights,
Okay.
not just in the U.S., but also in Europe.
And this is where their story takes on that global dimension.
Yeah.
These public flights, especially those in Europe, captivated audiences, turned the Wright brothers into international celebrities.
They were rock stars.
Yeah, it's remarkable to think how quickly their fame spread.
It's a testament to the power of their invention. These flights weren't just spectacles.
Right.
They were tangible proof that powered, controlled flight was a reality.
Not just a dream.
Not just a dream, exactly. And it sparked this surge of interest.
And investment.
And investment in aviation all over the world.
It's incredible to think how their work ignited a global passion for flight, paved the way for the industry we know today.
It's amazing.
They'd gone from that toy helicopter to controlled, sustained flight, a hard-won patent, international acclaim. But as we know, their journey was marked by both triumph and tragedy.
Yeah.
In 1912, the world mourned the loss of Wilbur, who tragically passed away from typhoid fever at just 45 years old.
Far too young.
It's a reminder that even amidst these groundbreaking achievements, life can be fleeting.
It can be.
It's a heartbreaking moment in their story, but even in the face of this immense loss, Orville continued to be involved in the aviation industry, serving on various boards and committees, ensuring that their legacy lived on.
He did a great job.
So their partnership may have been cut short, but the impact of their work continued to ripple outward, forever shaping the course of aviation.
Absolutely.
It's a legacy that's hard to overstate. Their work didn't just revolutionize transportation. It transformed warfare, communication, countless other aspects of modern life.
It really did. They shrunk the world.
Yeah.
Connecting people and places in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades earlier.
Their story is a testament to the power of human ingenuity, the unwavering pursuit of a dream, the courage to challenge what seems impossible.
It really is.
But before we delve further into their lasting impact and the legacy they left behind, let's just take a moment to recognize that their success wasn't just about technical prowess.
Right.
It was also about their remarkable ability to adapt, to learn from those setbacks, to navigate the complexities of business and public perception.
For sure.
Their journey is a reminder that innovation rarely follows a straight path.
It doesn't.
It's a winding road.
It is.
Filled with challenges, unexpected turns.
Absolutely.
It's really something how Orville, even with that profound loss of his brother, his partner, continued to shape the future of aviation. It couldn't have been easy to carry on without Wilbur.
No.
But he didn't just step back. He actively made sure their legacy continued.
He did a great job.
Yeah. So Orville took on the responsibility of managing the Wright Company, which they'd founded, of course, to manufacture and sell their aircraft. He oversaw the development of new models, like the 1910 Model B,
Oh, yeah.
which had some significant design improvements.
Like wheels.
Like wheels for easier takeoff and landing.
Exactly.
So even after achieving that commercial success,
Yeah.
they never lost that drive to innovate,
No.
to refine their designs. Really speaks to their passion for pushing those boundaries.
Absolutely.
But their story also intersects with a less glamorous side of innovation patent disputes.
Oh, yeah.
I understand they became embroiled in legal battles with other aviation pioneers, like Glenn Curtiss.
Yeah, the Wright brothers were fiercely protective of their intellectual property. These patent wars, as they became known, were pretty intense.
Yeah.
Dragged on for years, created friction within that early aviation community.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how these legal battles impacted the development of the industry as a whole. Did they hinder progress or ultimately spur further innovation?
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
While these disputes certainly created tension, diverted resources,
Right.
they also, I think, underscore just how revolutionary the Wright brothers' inventions were. Their work sparked a wave of innovation, and everyone who followed
Yeah.
had to find ways to either license that technology
Right.
or develop their own unique approaches.
So in a way, these legal battles
Yep.
were a testament to their impact
Absolutely.
on the field. Their story is a powerful reminder that progress isn't always linear.
Nope.
There are setbacks, rivalries, unexpected challenges.
For sure.
But amidst all of this, that broader impact of their work, it's undeniable.
Oh, yeah.
Their success inspired countless others to chase that dream of flight, leading to these rapid advancements in aircraft design and technology.
Imagine a world where their vision had been dismissed,
Yeah.
where their experiments had been abandoned.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom
I know.
the world we live in today without the legacy of the Wright brothers.
Within a few decades of that first flight at Kitty Hawk, airplanes transformed transportation, warfare, communication, almost every aspect of modern life.
It's a legacy that goes far beyond the technical realm. They didn't just invent a machine, they ignited a dream.
For sure.
They proved that what was once considered impossible could be achieved.
Yeah.
Through perseverance, ingenuity, and that willingness to challenge what we think we know.
Absolutely.
Their story continues to inspire us
It does.
to reach for the skies, literally and figuratively.
As we wrap up our deep dive here,
Yeah.
it's worth highlighting some key takeaways.
Okay.
The Wright brothers really show us the power of combining scientific rigor with that hands-on experimentation.
It's that potent combination
It is.
of vision and action that sets them apart.
Exactly. And their story, it's a testament to the importance of perseverance. They faced so many setbacks, doubts, even ridicule,
Yeah.
but they never wavered.
It's a powerful reminder that path to groundbreaking innovation, rarely smooth, rarely predictable.
That's right.
And finally, they really embody that spirit of innovation, that drive to question assumptions, challenge conventional wisdom, forge new paths.
Even when everyone else doubts you.
Yeah.
The Wright brothers' legacy continues to remind us that the sky's not the limit when there are footprints on the moon.
I like that. And to our listener, if the Wright brothers' story sparks something in you, if it ignites a passion for exploration, a curiosity for the unknown, a belief in the power of human ingenuity, then this deep dive has served its purpose.
I think so.